Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, big news coming from Turbo. We can see that Turbo Toad Token has said hype to co-organize the wildest crypto X K-pop night. Guys, oh my god, I cannot believe Turbo is going to be part of this. I mean, K-pop is absolutely huge. All right. Regardless of what you think about it, it is absolutely huge. And the fact that of all the cryptos in the world, Turbo gets to co-organize this. I mean, this is just, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is just propaganda we needed. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, this is actually fantastic, right? 1001 Festivals happening September 24th. Blockchain, Bass, and Pure Hype await. Do not miss it. And of course, you can register, and we can see, right, from L Bank Labs. Right, we have the festival. Two of Korea's hottest artists are joining the stage. Is this one of them? Slowco. I know nothing about K-pop, by the way. I have like zero clue. I think I've listened to one or two K-pop songs in my life, and probably just listened to one of them consistently. Like I'm not, I don't really understand or dabble into this, but ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge win, right? This is a huge win. And then we can see pretty much, you can win a trip, or you could retweet it, you can fill the form, right? Top reward, free flight and hotel trip. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have the time, just sign up. I mean, just sign up. You never know if it's going to be you. And yeah, I mean, this is absolutely crazy. And yeah, we can see we have some other star co-organizers, and we can see right away. What is that? Whiff. Is that Brett? That might be Brett. So small. It says the cat one, Sheba. I don't know which dog one this is. We have Avalanche. So we have a few people in general on this. And at the end of the day, this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my God, I missed this up. 15, 16, 17, 18. So around 18 different cryptos, but 18 cryptos out of the whole ecosystem being involved one way or another. I mean, the fact that we're one of them is absolutely huge, and we'll absolutely take it, right? We'll absolutely take it. What is this one? The dog of Bitcoin. I haven't really heard this one actually. Baby Dogecoin. So yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely fantastic. That is what we love to see from the Turbo family, right? Speaking about Turbo, ladies and gentlemen, we actually go and see what is popping on Twitter before we jump into the technical analysis, right? People are saying only 1,000 could turn you into millions, right? Only 1,000 can turn you into millions. Talking about different cryptos, talking about Turbo, right? Day 194 of relentlessly pushing Turbo. This isn't stopping until we smash past a multi-billion market cap. Absolutely. Absolutely. We see amazing animations. And we can see, ladies and gentlemen, right? Someone has analysis, and then, you know what? Surprise, we might have something very similar coming up with our analysis. But look, ladies and gentlemen, right? Bitcoin has been selling off. Bitcoin has been selling off. There's a decent chance, that we might actually top out over here. Now, I have to see how the monthlies are going to close, but this might be potentially a doji candle. And a doji candle is a sign of a reversal. Now, we did sweep the highs last week and we did sell off. So we're going to see how Bitcoin reacts over the next couple of days. Right now, Bitcoin has zero confirmation of it being bullish as of right now, right? We are still in a very nice zone, right? We are still technically in the same zone we have been in, right? We marked it up the last time around. So we can see, right? Last time it was between like 102K range, and you could say like 110K. Then now we're ranging between, mainly, I guess, technically between 116, but we can go all the way down to 112 and 123. So, that is Bitcoin for now. That's what Bitcoin is doing. When it comes to Turbo itself, right? The last few days have been really weak price action. We talked about it. If it's going to be weak price action, it's going to continue to sell off. And that is just the reality. And we can see, right? I did not upload a video yesterday. I was out with the family. But we can see, ladies and gentlemen, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, absolutely weak. Like there's zero buying pressure, any real reversal signs, like nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. We can see in terms of the weekly close, it's one of those things where it's like it technically did create a higher low. So we will monitor how the beginning of this week plays out. In the events where we do go lower, ladies and gentlemen, right? We talked about how it could be a very, very like familiar and similar scenario of pretty much what happened in August last time around, where there was just a sell-off manipulation before the real thing came out, right? We had a sell off, and then pretty much beginning of September, that's when we started to get the reversals. And then we had one of our highs mid October, and then we had our peak in the early to mid December. So we could see something very, very similar play out. We will obviously have to monitor things in terms of Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance did close this week or last week at 59.50%. But we will have to obviously see how things continue, right? We could get a simple retest for this week, and then next week could be sell off, right? The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, usually when Bitcoin dominance starts selling off, it could be a sign of pretty much altcoin season, but it's really important to see how the monthly candle closes. So we will continue to monitor everything because, of course, once Bitcoin dominance starts really selling off, that's practically going to be the start of the end times. Now, I know someone asked me, well, what about the 91-day liquidity? And I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't really been looking at this too often, but we can see in terms of global liquidity itself, it really is just kind of going sideways, right? It really, really is going sideways. I don't remember the last time this thing was too relevant. We could actually go see and look at Turbo right now. Let's see, 91 days. It used to be 91 days. So 91 days. I mean, yeah, if this is the top, right? If this is the top, then 91 days did technically hit, right? If this is the top, then this might be, well, this is another top, 91 days. Ooh, late September. I mean, the liquidity is just going sideways. The liquidity is just going sideways. So we actually don't want this to really be accurate because technically it would suggest that Turbo is still kind of going sideways by mid November, which is not ideal, right? It is not ideal. Now, I am waiting to see how rate cuts will affect everything mid September. There's a very, very, very high chance that at least 25 points will be cut. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is ultimately going to be it. Nothing too crazy happening. I know people always get scared when there's a sell off. For me, it's one of those things where, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have survived absolutely everything. Some of you guys have been here a while, but you know, I've been making videos practically since we were here. Okay. We're actually even no, I don't no, not down here. That's when I really start to get heavily involved and etc. But videos from down here. We survived this, right? And we called the reversals on the channel actually last year. But there's not too many of you guys subscribe. You know, we had this nice rally. We survived this. We survived this. And there's not a single battle that we haven't survived. I still believe altcoin season is going to happen. See how Ethereum reacted. Hmm, interesting. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I still believe altcoin season is going to be here. You know, for me, it's one of those things where it just might take a little bit longer than expected because there's so much money to be coming into the market. Speaking about money in the markets, we can see the way we closed was actually a doji type candle. So we are getting a little bit of a sell off, right? We didn't get the initial support off of off here, right? We didn't get the bounce off, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll continue to monitor things, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think. Are you still optimistic? Are you a little bit scared? I know it's been a while since we've been at really, really good prices, but just know, ladies and gentlemen, there has not been a battle you haven't won. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.